The Herald Sun had a fascinating story today, is that apparently the union movement would like to guarantee that everyone who is either forced into lockdown or ends up with coronavirus should be receiving full paid pandemic leave. Now, of course, these people have no idea about how business actually works when, of course, many people are only being employed, millions of them around the country, by the social safety net put in by the Prime Minister, and here's he talking about that today.
Well, we've put in place JobKeeper, we've provided JobSeeker. These are the supports that the government has provided, which are at record levels. This country has never seen a level of income support provided by a federal government like they're seeing now. The Commonwealth is certainly doing overwhelmingly its share of the heavy lifting and providing income support to people all around the country.
Gary, who is supposed to pay this? Is the government supposed to pay everyone's wage during these shutdowns, which of course would mean 6 weeks here, or if the panic gets out of control, like everyone's on high alert in New South Wales for 6 months there and then another 6 months everywhere, rather than just those who don't have a job or those that are being put in job keeper to keep the businesses alive? Or is the boss supposed to pay when the boss has nothing coming through the front door?
Look, Paul, it's easier for a business to keep customers than to try and find new ones. So there's plenty of businesses who are taking a shave and a haircut when it comes to income streams at the moment. Likewise, it's easier for good bosses to keep good employees on the books. So they're willing to invest whatever they can in whatever they have to do to keep them there. And I know of people who have taken an additional mortgage on their home to pay their workers, to keep them on. JobSeeker, JobKeeper, all those things are very, very helpful to so many others and to those sorts of businesses too. But there's a lot of people in private enterprise right now who have actually done the effort. And they don't need government to help them. Having said that, yes, I agree, the government has done the heavy lift. Somewhere down the track, we'll have to repay it. My only view is the only way to repay it is to make the economy bigger, not to tax it more, because as soon as you tax the economy, you make it smaller. Our capacity to actually pay off this debt, it will be diminished. So, Paul, my view is the good bosses are paying good workers to stay and doing everything they can to keep them on the books, and hopefully those who are in work are out there spending money to keep businesses going, because we've got to keep the money circulating. We've got to keep paying taxes too.
Matt, the government's been pretty ambidextrous through all of this. Bosses have had to grow a third arm to try to work a way through. But there is just a logical limit here, isn't there?
Well, I think this idea from the ACTU is from some kind of different planet or universe. I don't know what galaxy Sally McManus is inhabiting right now, but how does she think it would in any way be in her workers' interest, be in her interest, her members' interest, to impose a completely new burden on businesses that are struggling just to keep the doors open right now? Because if the door's shut, everybody loses their job. All her members are no longer paying union dues. And that's a real risk, and it is happening for many businesses, and we don't want more to be forced to the wall. Look, there is a role for government to help during these circumstances, and that's what we have done in a very generous way. The JobKeeper package is costing us about $7 to $8 billion a month. To put that in context, our iron ore exports are about $7 or $8 billion a month. So we are imposing a cost on our economy that is of the equivalent size of our iron ore industry, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, single industry in this country. It's an enormously generous assistance package. It has to be temporary, of course, at that cost. And so Gary's absolutely right. We've got to get back to growing the economy and making business pay and employ people as soon as possible.